What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Seth the Lawn Surgeon, and you already know what time it is. Tips to talk. What's going on, guys? As you see, I'm in my car because the last week it's been averaging plus high 90s and 100 degrees a couple of days. My van doesn't have AC. I don't know, I just like to do my tips and talks outside, you know, chilling. But since my van doesn't have AC, plus my van's getting inspected, so it's not here anyway. But decided to chill in the car instead of sweating outside. What's been going on lately? Something really big. Really big. Gotta take a drink to it. About 2 years ago, I went and did a bid on this property. It's a rather big property. It's some type of it's like a children's home, and it's big. It used to be a farm, so it's like acres. It's like 20 plus acres. I can't tell you how many acres it is, but it's a lot of acres. So anyways, went and did a bid on it. Now, I couldn't do the bid on the whole area because, mind you, about 2 years ago, 2014, I only had my zero turn and my Time Master. So there's no way I can do, they have these big fields areas, so there's no way I could do those areas. Plus, BJ really wasn't helping me. He was helping me kind of off and on then at that point. He didn't consistently start helping me till probably the end of that year and last year. But so yeah, I went and did a bid. I probably was in over my head, plus I only had a 5x8 trailer, so I couldn't go get any kind of equipment to cut the big fields anyway. So I bid. They liked my presentation. I made a map of the whole property, and I gave them a broken down quote, but I guess they decided to go other places. So recently they recontacted me. Apparently they were unhappy with their current people that were maintaining their property. You know, by being a children's home, they only get a certain amount of money. I think they work off grants or whatever. Maybe it's this non-profit or whatever. So they only have a certain amount of money to work with. So the people that were cutting it was a guy that lived across the street, and of course, you know, I guess they didn't feel he wasn't really weed eating, and they didn't feel he was doing such a good job. And so when she asked him about it, he essentially said, you know, essentially said, you get what you pay for, and if you want a better job, then, you know, hire somebody else or something like that. So she said, okay, you know, I guess, you know, they got their money together, and they said, well, you know, I guess they didn't like his attitude, said we're gonna look for other services, other people to provide those services. So that's when they called me back, 2016. So they called me back, and I'm like, man, this is super big. I was super excited because I just got my commercial walk behind. I said, looks like I might have to get a sulky. I was planning on getting it, and you know, then I have my zero turn. And also I said I got my big old trailer that I can haul, you know, some bigger equipment if I need it. So I went down there, met with them, and we came to agreement, people. We came to an agreement. agreement that I'm very happy about. It's pretty big for my company. It's basically, like I said, y'all know I don't like to talk about numbers, but basically what I'm currently probably making now on a monthly basis doing this part-time, that's how much I'm gonna get just maintaining their property. So I pretty much just doubled my income for my business by getting this property. Yeah. So it's really big for me. Cheers. And coincidentally, right down the street, probably no more than 15 minutes away, there's a place, a rental place that rents mowers. So I just got off the phone reserving a mower, and it's gonna come out to $130, and that's with a full tank of gas and tax. Comes out to $130. You have to pay for gas, and they say you can put more gas in it if you want to, but you know, you gotta originally pay for one tank. So $130 is not that bad. BJ is supposed to be helping me. I told him it was gonna be on one day. I gotta call him back, see if he can work another day, because I'm gonna do a 4-hour rental on Saturday. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. My business is getting crazy, people. Like, it's getting crazy. I remember when I first started my business, you know, this is some motivation to people. I remember when I first started my business, I probably was in like year 2, and I have a guy I used to work with, and he used to be in the lawn care business, and he was pretty much my mentor. And he told me he got to a point where people started calling him, and to the point where he didn't even really have to advertise, you know what I mean? Now, if I was doing this full time, now, and that's kind of starting to happen to me. I'm starting to get customer from different sources. And if I was doing this full time, if this would the rate that I'm getting customers wouldn't be good enough, I probably need to be getting them a little bit faster. But for me, doing this part time, this is almost overwhelming, because, you know, basically my schedule is so tight that, you know, when somebody asks me to do most jobs, it's like, oh my gosh, like I gotta do 2 mulch jobs this week, hedge, 2 bushes, and then I gotta cut 5 yards one day. I got to do the children's home, and then I have to cut probably like 8 to 10 properties on another day. And today's Tuesday, and I'm not cutting today, so I have to do all of that by Sunday and work a full-time job. Yeah, it's crazy. It's getting crazy. I'm pretty much gonna be working every day from Wednesday to Sunday. Mind you, working an 8-hour shift in there. But I'm still excited. It's my first commercial property. I've been saying for like 2 years now I wanted to get commercial properties. I've been trying, but finally got one, and it's a big one. And it's just cutting for now. She want me to get like some sulfur and put that around the buildings to help deter snakes. So that's that. So but other than that, it's pretty much cutting and trimming and getting this place in shape. I'm super excited about that. So I mean, that's really all that's going on. I just wanted to let you guys know about that. with the addition of this property, oh yeah, there's some other things I need to tell you guys. All right, so I know this is gonna be crazy for you guys because I know y'all never thought y'all would hear these words come out of my mouth, but I'm thinking about buying a truck. Yes, I'm thinking about buying a truck, but it's not just a regular truck, people. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these things, KUVs. It's a type of, well, I don't know if this is just a company or if this is what it's called, but it's like a type of bed. Like, have you ever seen like these work trucks with these utility beds on them, where on the side of both, it's like on the side of it got two boxes on the side, and it makes the bed in the part in the middle small because it has those two boxes on the side. Well, I want something like that, to the point where they have them with the two boxes on the side, but it's actually has a roof and a door. So it's like putting a bed, a van back on a truck. And the reason I decided this is because I had been thinking like I need a crew, because especially like getting this property that I have, I need like extra doors and extra seats so I can carry 2 or 3, you know, extra people to a job, to do a big job. And you know, and so that's what I said. So I said, well, you know, I was thinking about putting a seat in the back of a bigger van, but then I'm like, that's just too much work when I could just get a truck, take the bed off, and put one of those KUV things on the back. And it'll be just like having a truck with 4 doors and having a van in the back. You know what I mean? So that's my plan, but not so soon. What I'm thinking about doing in the near future is I'm thinking about putting 1 seat in the back of my van. My van's not here for me to show you, but in the back of my van I have 3 racks. I have 1 rack here on this, I have 1 rack on one wall, the side with the door, and then on the other wall I have 2 racks. The other rack is pretty much like a shelf. I do keep stuff on it, but I say if I clean out my van and not keep so much stuff in it, then I could possibly just put a seat back there. And so that's what I'm thinking. There's a wall right behind the 2 front seats. It's like this metal wall. I said, well, what if I take that metal wall and I unbolt it, move it back far enough to put a seat there, and then so basically, because I don't want to put the seat behind the wall, and you know, whoever's riding in the 3rd seat, they're like, you know, like they're in the cage. Plus the whole purpose of having that cage is because usually when you're in a work van, you know, if you get in an accident or have to slam on brakes and some of the tools go flying, that cage protects you from getting hit in the back of the head with a hammer or a wrench or something, you know what I mean? So with that being said, if I put a seat back there, it's gonna have to be on the front side of that cage, you know. And I said, even with that 3rd seat, I can still use that space when it's not needed. Like I could still keep my blower up there or whatnot, but you know, when the time comes where I do need it, I'll have an extra 3rd seat, and that would be real big, especially with like a property like we're about to start doing. Me and BJ just gonna have to thug it out and do it ourselves. It's gonna be a crap load of trimming, crap load. So, you know, I'm gonna rent that mower and we're gonna try to get as much cutting done as possible. But man, there's gonna be a lot of trimming. So, you know, and I got a couple of people that's been asking me to work. So, you know, yeah, be careful what you ask for. They show up to that job and they might quit on the first day. Yeah, because I saw a Kia, somebody selling Kia seats from a Kia car or a Kia van. They're selling them for like $25 a pop. I need to just buy one and hold on to it until I'm ready to do the van, which is gonna be soon. It's gonna be real soon. First thing I'm gonna do is take out the shelf, and I'm gonna keep it just in case I get another van. And then next thing I'm gonna do is take out that wall. Excuse me. I'm gonna take out that wall and move it back. There's air getting in my nose or something. Whew. I need to get my AC fixed in my freaking van. But yeah. That's about it. Just want to update y'all. Sometimes I use Tipsy Talks just to update you guys on what's going on. But that's pretty much what's going on, peoples. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Yes, sir.